Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your January soul session for January 1st through 15th. I had to think about that for a second. I'm Marlo. If you're new, excuse my voice and my throat and all the things and my wheezing. My asthma has been on fleek for the last couple of days. It's a whole ordeal. You love me, Pisces, so you understand. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump into you guys reading and see what's going on with you guys for the 1st through the 15th of January. I think I said my name. I might have, but I'm Marlo. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into your cards. The first card out, interesting. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the Two of Pentacles and the reverse. It's interesting. That came out for Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. That's you guys' opposite sign. That's interesting. So, Pisces, there is something you guys are okay. Okay, this is interesting. Then we have the Five of Swords. This is fascinating. Okay, starting with the Knight of Pentacles, coming out of December and into January. Welcome to 2023, by the way. You guys have the Knight of Pentacles, so there's something that you guys are waiting on that is slow in coming, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of fascinating here. What I'm seeing with this Two of Pentacles and the reverse going into this Five of Swords, it almost feels to me, and I feel like I need to say that you guys should look at Virgo, because it's your opposite sign, and seeing this Two of Pentacles come out in the same spot but reverse. But anyway, it's, oh good Lord. Okay, hold on. All of these, do I need to take these? I guess I should take them. Hold on, wait. All right. Oh God. Okay. This is a lot going on here, Pisces. All right. So, all right. You guys are waiting on something. I'll get into the cards that came out in a second. You guys are waiting on something to come, but it's slow in coming. But I feel because it hasn't arrived yet, with this Two of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel you guys are kind of making a decision to just decide like it's not coming, because it feels to me almost leading up into this particular time frame, this month, this year, what have you. Because I mean, child, looking at this coming out first, this could literally be something y'all waited for all of 2022. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like a message to come, it's money you guys were waiting to come, a particular job offer, something like that. It feels like something you guys were waiting for that would be like a come up, if I could say it that way. It's something that would benefit you greatly. But I feel in this first week of January with this Two of Pentacles in the reverse, you guys are more or less in a position where you've kind of given up on it. You know what I mean? You've kind of given up on it, but I want to say I don't necessarily feel like you should give up on it. And the reason why I say that is because with this Five of Swords, I'm a tad concerned about that, because I feel you guys, it's almost like the waiting makes Pisces feel disempowered, right? And it's easier to say, like, as opposed to, this is about to get so deep, Pisces, good Lord, because there's so much stuff I'm picking up on with this. It's like, okay, you're waiting for something to happen. I don't know why the same thing happened with Virgo, but theirs actually ended up being about a romantical type of situation. But I feel like the best way for me to describe this for you guys would be if I said it as a romantical situation, because that's the easiest way I can get this energy signature out. But this would be like the equivalent of, like, if you were waiting for someone to like commit to you, right? And it's been 10 years and the person never committed, right? So at the end of 2022, you're just kind of like, screw it. Like, you know, the person could want to be with me, but they're taking way too long. So I'm saying, like, bump that. I'm not doing it, right? But in the process of you making that decision, this person is still working stuff out. And trust me, I'm not a fan of what it is I'm even saying right now, but it's an analogy, okay? But anyway, so the person is still coming, but you've made the decision to say, like, bump it, I'm not doing it anymore type of deal. But I feel the reason why you made the decision is because it's like the suspense of waiting became too much, and it made you feel disempowered or out of control. And it's a desire to be in control of the situation, which brings us into this Five of Swords here, right? So the thought is, I would rather break the tie by saying, no, this is never going to work out. We're never going to be together. It's easier for you to say that. And so sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with Betterhelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. It's easier for you to say that and to like be by yourself than it would be for you to be by yourself and wait for this person to make a decision. Now, mind you, I know that that sounds insane, because in a relationship sense, it's like, if you were to ask my advice, I would say, I feel like you're making the right decision. But again, I don't really feel with this that we're even talking about a romantical situation. This to me feels like something. I don't know what it is specifically. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's like a money thing or, you know, like a job opportunity or whatever, but I don't necessarily think it would ever be a bad idea for you to kind of break the tie. And I don't know why they're like saying for me to say it that way. It's like, this is how you're like breaking the tie. And I don't know if that means in the sense of like breaking the tie as in like breaking a soul/karmic tie, or breaking the tie in the sense of like there being two winners and there being a breaking of the tie. Like if you think about like a football game and it's like you're tied and you go into overtime to break the tie because you can't have two winners. There has to be a winner and a loser. So I guess that depends on however that falls for you. But they're saying break the tie. And I feel with that can mean two different ways. You know what I'm saying? But I feel with this, I feel what motivated it is the fact that it's this feeling of being out of control with this Two of Pentacles that brings us into the second week. So I'm going to show you guys these cards so it'll make sense of what I'm about to say. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Then we have the Devil card, and that's Capricorn energy. Then we have the Justice in the reverse. That's Libra energy. And then we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So the whole thing it is that I'm seeing here, Pisces, is now that's what we're talking about in the first week of January, coming into the second week of January, which goes up into the 15th, right? It's like you guys making this decision because you felt out of control with the Devil falling right underneath this Two of Pentacles. It's like the thing that like waiting on whatever this Knight of Pentacles is for you specifically. If I can get this motherfucker. Okay, there we go. Waiting on this because it's taking long is like all get out, right? It made you feel out of control, but it's like you making the decision to break the tie, whether that means there being one winner and a loser, or if it means you cutting ties with a particular person, is what inadvertently puts you in bondage. Because with this Three of Cups, it's like that's a solitary card, right? So it's like, as opposed to it being like a teamwork kind of thing, or you having to rely on another person or like another person's money or another person or a job or another situation or whatever, it's like you're making the decision to make yourself the victor, right, in the first week. But the thing is making the decision to do that, right, it puts you solo dolo and then puts you into a position to where you're in bondage, right? And I feel with this, with the Two of Pentacles and the Devil falling underneath each other, there's a cyclical nature to this. So this says to me that this is something that you've done before. It just looks different. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like same pig, different coat, if we could say it that way. But it's like you felt out of control, right? So that's why you broke the proverbial tie, whatever that means to you specifically. But it's like you felt out of control, but you being in control is what inadvertently puts you in bondage and like puts you like into a stagnated space. So it's saying that being in this, and I know that sounds so crazy. I mean, even giving this message sounds insane to me because I have no idea what it could be talking about or where, like, being in a state of the unknown. Because I mean, if I were to say from my personal perspective of this would be like waiting on divine timing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And this could be like a thing where you get tired of waiting on spirit, like having faith, and you're tired of waiting on spirit to do something. So you're like, F it. It's like, I'm gonna do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure it out myself. I'm not about to sit up here and wait on divine timing because spirit taking too goddamn long. Like I'm not about to wait for this. Like I've been waiting for this all 2022. So now I'm about to take matters into my own hands. That's the only way that I could see where it would behoove someone to wait, and it would put you in bondage if you chose to like come out of alignment and do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's like what the devil energy does. It's like the devil energy operates like in the sense of like giving it to you quick and fast, like microwave time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I said that in the course, like this quote that I always say to myself whenever I get frustrated with life. You know what I'm saying? But it's like whenever something comes to you like super fast, it's never ever going to really be good because it's microwave time. So if you think about food that's cooked in the oven versus food that's cooked in the microwave, the food cooked in the oven is always going to taste better than something that you put in the microwave. Because if you're getting it quick like that, it's like the quality just isn't going to be as good because it's rushed. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the only context, like me personally, I could see. Because like I say, in a relationship sense, if someone were to ask me this, I would say I'm really not mad at you. Because I mean, if you've been waiting on this person, you know, for like a freaking year or something, and they haven't made a move, it's like I really wouldn't blame you for doing that. So that's why, like I'm saying, I don't feel like this is a romantical type of thing. This feels like something that's divine timing. But the thing that's important to know is that it's fear-based. Like it's the thought of there's a fear that if you were to continue to wait because it didn't happen in the time that you wanted it, right? And it's almost like you're cutting ties with disappointment, right? Because it's like, if I sit here and I wait, because I don't think you guys have any earthly idea that whatever this is you're waiting on is still on its way to you. It's just not coming in the time frame that you want. And there's two reasons for that, honestly. If we were to speak about it like astrologically in a sense. One, we're in Mercury retrograde. Two, it's like Mars is still in retrograde until the 12th, I believe, of this month. So, I mean, that very well. And then, I mean, then if we look at all the soul sessions from December of 2022, every single sign was in a holding pattern that was going to bleed into 2023 anyway. And if we go even deeper than that, it's like, you know, Gregorian calendar wise, it's like the new year starts January 1st, but it's like spiritual people know that the new year really doesn't start until March. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're still kind of in that transiting kind of energy. So those are a lot of things to keep in mind as to why whatever it is that y'all have been waiting on, why it hasn't come yet. But I just feel that Pisces is more or less taking matters into their own hands because it's like, what is it? Oh God, what am I hearing? Cutting off your nose to spite your face. I never knew what that meant, but it's kind of like that because that's what my guides are saying. So I'm just going to say it. But it's kind of something like that where it's you would rather cut yourself off from this and never know whether it was going to come or not than for you to wait for it to come and it never shows up. So this is kind of like an act of you guys taking your power back, if I could say it that way. But the thing that you don't know that you're doing with this justice in the reverse is like you're creating unnecessary karma for yourself. Because whatever this is that's coming, Pisces, and I'm sure this is a general reading, so it's going to be something different for all of you. But whatever this is that you've been waiting on that's been slow in coming, it feels to me that it's kind of like the missing ingredient to whatever it is that you guys are working on or what you're trying to build or whatever the case. But there's a need to pay attention to this fear that's coming up because I feel this is like a defense mechanism that you guys always do. It's like, it's really hard for you to be in God. Why are they saying these crazy things? This is so weird. I'm going to say it just because I heard it. I was saying it's very hard for you. I was not going to say this, but what I heard was to be a lady in waiting. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to Google it after this. But it's very hard for Pisces to be a lady in waiting whatever that is. I mean, I know like the queen and queens and royal ladies have ladies in waiting. I don't really know what that means though. I'm not too privy. I mean, you know, my name used to be Princess and all, but I'm not too privy to what like that is. I mean, if you know you're in Britain and you know, comment below, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I want to take it literally. I don't know what the ladies would be waiting for. I don't know what that's about. But whatever the case, the archetype of that, it's very difficult for Pisces to be a lady in waiting or a gentleman in waiting or a person in waiting. So it's a fear of just not getting what it is that you're hoping for. But the thing that you guys need to be conscious of is there's a reason why you guys were in this holding pattern in the first place. It's a reason why you were waiting. And there's a need to confront that fear, because I feel in the first week of January, if you guys make the decision to cut the tie, whatever that means on the two interpretations that I gave you guys, I feel it would be doing more harm than good and almost like shooting yourself in the foot. You feel what I'm saying? Because ultimately, with the two other cards that came out, the Page of Swords in the reverse and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's saying to me it would bring you completely out of alignment of what it is that you're wanting, to where you just need this one pentacle that the Knight is bringing, right? But you would end up inadvertently, so say if you have 9 pentacles, it's like you're waiting on the 10 and you're terrified of, you know, the 10th never coming, and you're like, well, 9 is good enough, so I'm just going to settle with the 9. It's like you'd inadvertently end up losing those 9, or you would realize that the 9 isn't really what you want. You just kind of went with that out of fear, and you would always be looking at what could have been. So it's almost like, dude, this is so freaking creepy. It's like literally, Pisces, no bullshit. It's like all of these cards here, they're literally saying to me that if you were to do that, it's like, this is where you would be, is in the Page of Swords energy. And the thing you would become obsessed with is all of this. It's the fact that you made the decision to entrap yourself in karma that wasn't even yours to have. And it's like, you're looking at what could have been. So it's like, it's going into 2023 in this energy. And I'm saying going into 2023 because the first half of this month is super important. I mean, unless you just did a master transformation in the mid-month. You know what I'm saying? But if you make the decision to like say F this and walk away from whatever this is for you guys, y'all are gonna have to tell me in the comments. And I'm gonna have to talk to all my Pisces people on the network to find out what the hell, like what kind of stuff are y'all fraternizing with, to where, because this is serious. Like the energy vibration of this is serious, because it's almost like creating a punishment for yourself that wasn't even yours out of fear. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything that you wanted is on the way to you, but because it didn't come in the time frame that you wanted, you're misinterpreting that and taking that as a sign that it's not going to come at all. So it's like, it's almost like cutting yourself off from like life force energy or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's literally that. It's like cutting yourself off from spirit, which would be why my guide said cutting off your nose to spite your face. I have a lot of things I need to research. But it's like, it would be the equivalent of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you're only hurting yourself in the process. And what you would inadvertently do, which reminds me of what I was saying in Gemini's reading, of you almost making the decision to make yourself this embittered person that's so fixated on what you missed out on, but it's not taking the personal accountability that it wasn't anyone else's fault that you ended up in that energy. It was yours because you were too afraid that what you wanted wasn't going to come. So it was better to just not know that. So it's like a self-protection thing that inadvertently puts you into a prison of your own making, if that's making sense. And I hope and pray that that's making sense. Child, come on with it. At the bottom of the deck, okay, is the High Priestess in the reverse. That's your card, Pisces. I'm just saying, that's dead ass what I'm saying. When I said like cutting yourself off from life force, that's exactly what the High Priestess in the reverse would be. Like, It's you not listening to your intuition. It's you not trusting spirit. It's you not looking into the ethers. But child, oh my gosh, this is the whole ordeal. This is all of the things this is the manifestation of the things that I knew was going to happen in 2023. Please listen to your friend Marlo, Pisces. That's all I'm saying. I have done my due diligence. I have said these things for years in these soul sessions. I have said it. Dog, this is literally a thing. When I say that, and I said this in the course, I've said this thousands of times, even if you never took my course, like I've literally said this in every single soul session. And I pray to God that people listen to me. I mean, a lot of people have, but it's like when I have forewarned people about how this year is going to be, like when I say that it's a karmic year, like I'm so not joking when I say that. And when I say that, like everyone is going to instantaneously see like the decisions that you make, you are going to see the fruit of the things that you sow so quickly. And it's almost like if I were to sum up 2023, it is the equivalent of you putting the nail in your own coffin. And so it's like you putting the period at the end of the sentence, and it's just you who's doing it. It's no one else. It's not your coworkers. It's not your friends. It's not your boss. It's not your family. It's not anyone. It's literally us. Like this is probably the most genuine year where everything that we see is us. And there's no other, woo-woo, energetic influence explanation for it. It just is what it is. Every year prior to this, it was just this convoluted, smorgasbord of a 7 of cups, cloudy mess of us not knowing what's going on. But it's like this year, it's so clear. And like I told you guys in December and both your soul sessions in the mid-month checkup, like this isn't something to play with, you feel me? Because when I say it's the equivalent of putting your nail in your own coffin, it's literally you. Like wherever it is that you want to be stuck, that's on you because you chose to do that, right? So I'm literally forewarning you guys, especially with this freaking high priestess dude being in the reverse at the bottom of your deck. The high priestess in the reverse for a Pisces reading, being at the bottom of the deck. Why is all of this happening? Why all of this is happening is because of Pisces cutting themselves off from the life force out of fear. Because what if what I want doesn't come to pass? What if it doesn't? I mean, you're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna be here and you're just not gonna have the thing. But from what I'm seeing, the thing is coming. It's just not coming in the time frame that you want. And you're just going into self-protection and just, cutting yourself off from, like the fountain of life type of deal, and that's just not wise, just throwing that out there. But anyway, Pisces, that has been your soul session for the 1st to the 15th. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. Love your face.